More graphing today. I'm going to talk about writing linear equations in standard form. What are the two other ways we've done so far? Well, everybody's favorite, slope intercept. That's y equals mx plus b, and point slope. That's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So, the big thing to remember is that there's only one way to do slope-intercept. But there are an infinite number of ways to do point slope. There will also be an infinite number of ways to do standard form. And standard form has very few advantages, but it is a bit of a lead-in to conics, which we'll get to in Algebra 2. You'll touch on it a little bit in geometry. Definitely get into it in great detail in pre-calculus. So let's just jump right in. Write it all three ways. What's this line that goes through the points? Start with point slope, write it all three ways. Well, the first thing we have to do is find the slope itself. So let's label them. x1, y1, x2, y2. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 4 minus 5. Negative 2 minus negative 3. Put a little plus plus up there. Negative 1 over 1 equals negative 1. So now in point slope, we go. Let's use the first one. Y minus 5 equals negative 1 times x minus negative 3. Just rewrite it to be thorough. Negative 1 times x plus 3. That's it. Let's try it with slope-intercept. So we take the y minus 5 equals negative 1, x plus 3, and we distribute. Negative x minus 3, that's negative 1 times x, negative 1 times 3. And we add 5 to both sides. We get y equals negative x plus 2. That's it. Same line, just written in a slightly different form. And let's get a little imaginative with colors. Now we're looking to write it in standard form up here. Ax plus by equals c. Haven't answered the question of why. We'll get to that eventually. Ax plus by equals c. So let's take y equals negative x plus 2. All the x's and y's are on one side, so we'll move the x over. We get x plus y equals 2. That is it. Now to answer the question down here, could I write standard form another way? Yes. You just multiply everything by 2 or 3 or negative 4, whatever you want, as long as you don't multiply by 0. So let's multiply the whole thing by 2. That would give us 2x plus 2y equals 4. Still works. Still written in the form ax plus by equals c. Try it again. This time I've given you the slope, so that makes life easy. So point slope x, y. Y minus negative 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1 plus plus y plus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1. Done. Let's put that into slope intercept. Hate it when it does that. Distribute the 1/2. First, I'm just copying it over. Y plus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1/2. Subtract 3 from both sides to get the y alone. Y equals 1/2 x minus, if I multiply this by 2 over 2, I get -6, and that's over 2. 1 to go, and that is standard form. Y equals 1/2 x minus 7/2. I don't like the fractions, and like I showed before, I can multiply by anything I want. So I'm going to multiply this entire equation by 2. I get 2y equals x minus 7. Subtract x from both sides. Negative x plus 2y equals -7. Done. Which form should we use first? That's the nice part. If we start with point slope, everything else flows straight from there. Is there any advantage to using standard form? In my humble opinion, not really. But on occasion, you might be able to graph a little quicker with it. If you take 3x plus 4y equals 12, and I say, well, x equals 0, what does y equal? Well, then we'd get 4y equals 12, divided by 4, divided by 4. Y equals 3. That would be the point 0, 3. And then we could do it again. What if y equals 0? Well, then we get 3x equals 12, divided by 3, divided by 3. X equals 4. And that is the point 4, 0. So sometimes you could just use this form, and this would probably be a computer programming application where we give you the equation and it just plucks off the numbers and cranks them in. We could plot it very quickly. 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Connect the dots. Horrible. There we go. There it is. So that's probably the only major advantage. Personally, I don't ever use it. I do use point slope, and I do use slope intercept a lot. Quick reminder for you. Here's our coordinate plane again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find students forget this quite often. So what's the graph of y equals 3? We'll go up to y equals 3. We go right across. That's y equals 3. What about y equals -4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Down -4. Go straight across. Let's add one in. How about x equals 2? Go to 2 on the x-axis. 1, 2. Go straight up and down. Good review. A lot of people forget. That's about it. At this point, you need to be doing lots and lots of problems. Should not be too challenging. Good luck.